My name is Thompson Samuel. I work with an investment firm here in Lagos as a research analyst. What I know about the coronavirus, it started last year in China, Wuhan, a city in China. Its symptoms include dry cough, fever, difficulty in breathing, and other common cold symptoms. The virus started late last year in China, has spread across the world as of today. Currently, we have over 600,000 cases of the virus, and over 28,000 deaths recorded so far. The virus spreads through droplets from the respiratory system of infected persons, such as droplets from the sneeze, from cough of infected persons. According to the World Health Organization, safety precautions include regular washing of your hands, use of alcohol-based sanitizers, maintaining social distance at least 1 meter away from people, as well as avoid touching your faces, because this is majorly how the virus spreeds. At first, I was skeptical about granting this interview because, I also had to make sure that the right distance is maintained, and all safety precautions are heeded too. Though, we have sanitizers around, and I have sanitized my hands as many times as possible. But yeah, so that's what it is. We had the strained social relationships. Social gatherings have been postponed and put off. Churches has been suspended indefinitely, and we have now all have to rely on social media, online services, chat with your friends, video calls to keep in touch. And that's how far it has affected us. On the other side, for parents, for children, this is a good time for them to actually have to spend quality time with their parents. With the work-life balance situation in Lagos, a lot of parents only get to see their children on weekends. But with the sit at home now, children get to enjoy seeing their parents, and this is going to be a good time for them to bond more. That's trying to look at it from the positive side as well. This is going to be a good time for parents to bond more with their kids and ignites their family bonds. The virus also had impacts on our social relationships. Like we know, one of the precautionary measures is social distancing, and everybody now stays at home with the shutdown. You're unable to reach out with your friends. You're able to hang out. Clubs, churches are all on lockdowns, and you can't really even relate as much as we want to. So now we all have to fall back to social media. We've seen a lot of challenges come up these days just to keep people busy, and how long can we continue with that? Well, aside this impact on social relationships, I think the major brunt of this virus will be felt on the economic front. In a bid to contain the spread, we've had to shut down businesses and impose curfews in different places. This has seen global economy tend towards a global recession. The IMF was out to say the global economy is heading towards a global recession, and the reason is not far-fetched. When businesses are shut down, workers don't get to go to work. Global supply chains have been disrupted. Oil prices, heating tank historic lows. That's the total disruption of economic activities across the globe. This has precipitated recessionary pressures on the economy. Looking at Nigeria, for example, the impact of this virus has been felt in two phases. It started even before we recorded the first case in Nigeria. We felt the brunt through the oil prices. With the outbreak in China, we saw demand of oil go down. China happens to be the world's highest importer of crude oil products, and with China on a lockdown, there was a decline in demand for oil products, and this saw price also decline in global markets. And in a bid to respond to that, the OPEC and its allies tried to cut supply so as to moderate price. But we saw that didn't go as planned, as Russia bailed out on agreements, and China and Saudi Arabia has gone haywire, pumping out productions and further tanking oil prices. With oil prices currently trending below $30 per barrel, way below $57 per barrel budget estimates, that portends trouble for the Nigerian economy. Now, also when you put into the equation, when you also consider that FX oil revenue constitutes a bulk, at least up to 85% of FX inflows into the country, and I mean that shows how much current account deficits and impact it will have on our reserves. That's one side to it. The other side has now been the outbreak in Nigeria. With the first outbreak recorded at about a month ago, we've seen cases go up to 81 as at this morning. 81 cases. In a bid to curb the spread, we've seen state governments and restrict interstate travels, ground international flights, close down borders, advise businesses to close down, and I mean all this is going to have a bearing impact on the economy as a whole, because when people can't go to work, when businesses can't operate, their revenue will sure be impacted, and by extension we will also see the impact on their workers. While we might not start seeing that now, we can only pray this lockdown does not continue till April, because if that happens, we might begin to see some companies either cut salaries or lay off staff, because you wonder how many companies can survive, can continue, can stay afloat without carrying out major operations in 1 month. I mean, that's a major concern. Kudos to the CBN. We've seen a lot of some palliative measures put in place to cushion the effect of this on businesses. The CBN came out to put up 6 palliative measures, one of which is the 500 billion intervention fund for businesses. So businesses that are affected by this virus are expected to come out and apply to get access to these funds. Aside that, we also saw the CBN extend moratorium on its facilities. So all businesses that had accessed CBN facilities up to date now will have payment of principal suspended for the next 1 year. Also, I saw the CBN reduce interest rates on their facilities from 9% to 5%. We also saw CBN try to encourage banks to restructure their loans for businesses. CBN also tried to encourage finance for the healthcare sector. I mean, all this will certainly go a long way, but that would be if we can afford to stem the spread. We can afford to stem the spread of this virus. On what businesses can do right now, so businesses can activate their business continuity plan to see their workers, work remotely, work from home, and I mean, as opposed to grinding business to a halt totally, we can have workers work from at least keep business activities running up for a while, and businesses that can afford to go online, render their services online, I mean, can also look to exploit that means. And generally, businesses are advised to keep in touch with their clients during this period. I mean, everybody's affected, but I think this can also be an opportunity for you to get closer to your clients and make sure you're with them, that you identify with them in these trying times. I mean, that will help the recovery process as well. Yeah, what can be done to lessen the effects or the impact of this virus on the Nigerian economy and the Nigerian people as a whole? I feel focus should be on trying to get a grip, trying to curtail the spread of this virus as fast as we can, because if it continues to spread this way, I doubt if we have the healthcare capacity to cater for the sick people or the infected people. So that said, on the economic front, I feel focus should be on the businesses. With the 500 billion intervention fund by the CBN, businesses that are affected or will most likely be affected should go claim, apply for these funds, access to these funds, and try to help themselves. But the problem we'll have mostly is trying to get these funds across to people. Like we've seen in other advanced countries where government give palliatives, they pay money into people's accounts. Given the lack of accurate data in Nigeria, I mean, it's going to be difficult. I mean, how many people have, even as it stands now, population account we're using for the country is that of 2006. I mean, they've not been any recent population, and I bet government does not even really know the number of people we have. So it's going to be difficult getting these funds across to people. So, like I said, focus should be on trying to contain this virus as soon as we can, so we don't have a full-blown case as of as in places like Italy and the US. So, and businesses are able to return to full activities as soon as possible.